Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning show. Good morning, Andy.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Should be a nice day today. Right now, 40 degrees, wind chill of 34, high today 51, chance of showers later in the day. It looks like it could rain any minute now.
Yeah, it could. It was nice this morning. Our weather today brought to you by Hometown Heating, Cooling, and more. We take pride in our work, guarantee it accordingly, and treat every unit as if it were their own. Thanks to Hometown Heating and Cooling for helping us bring you today's weather today, as they will every day on the morning show.
And we'll hear more about Hometown Heating
Yes, we will.
later in today's show.
Yes, we will.
Your Michigan football team got some good news last night.
I heard they got a recruit coming in.
They did. He announced it on Twitter. He's the star of the state of Ohio, and I think it's always like a kind of a jab when an Ohioan.
Charles
plays
Woodson, Desmond Howard, where are they from?
Jordan Marshall, he was the Gatorade Football Player of the Year last season, rushed for nearly 2,000 yards and 30 touchdowns. Wow.
Wow, how about that, Brandon?
For Bishop Moeller High School in Cincinnati. No relation to Gary Moeller.
No relation. If that news doesn't excite you, Brandon, this will. If you thought Michigan's basketball season was bad, well, guess what?
It's going to get worse.
It could, because according to ESPN's Jonathan Givony, Jet Howard and Kobe Buffkin are first-round picks.
ESPN's who?
I can't say it again. Can you believe that, Brandon? Both projected.
Well, it doesn't mean they should go.
Yeah, but do you think they will? They're both projected in the top 21.
I don't know about Kobe.
Yeah,
Chat.
I don't know.
That's a stretch, but we'll see.
Yesterday, one of the fathers of a Michigan basketball player took to Twitter to issue a giant middle finger to all those criticizing his kid and other kids playing basketball or being injured and not playing in the NIT. And they're just kids.
Let's keep trashing the sport. I watched the CBI last night. Do you know what that is?
No.
It is the College Basketball Invitational, and the reason I watched this is because University of Detroit Mercy player Antoine Davis was complaining that they didn't get an opportunity to participate in that tournament so he could break Pistol Pete's all-time scoring record. But Detroit Mercy was 14-9 on the year.
19.
And what did I say? 14-19, excuse me. Thank you. 14-19 on the year. No team that was invited to the CBI was under 500. So this young man feels cheated. But I have to disagree. I tend to disagree. But I did watch that. I'd never heard of the College Basketball Invitational. Had you?
It must be one rung down from the NIT.
When you watch it, it feels like two rungs down. It's played in the convention center in front of only family of the team. It's crazy. Yeah.
There's the indictment watch going on in New York City.
Have you ever been indicted?
Indicted? Man, that's a strong word.
It is a strong word.
Yeah.
It is. It's a strong word. They use it a lot in the TV program Law and Order.
Yeah. Grand jury and indictment.
Grand jury. If I ever had to go in front of a grand jury, I would not show up. Would you?
I don't think so. Have we ever had a grand jury in Jackson?
I don't know. If we did, it wouldn't be good. So no arrest, no news, and I don't think there will be any
No.
today.
I don't either.
So is what it is. Flint water crisis. Yes. So a Genesee County judge has approved the settlement number.
600 million.
626 million. So the state will pay 600. City of Flint, 20 million. McLaren Regional Medical Center, 5 million, and a Flint engineering firm will also pay 1.25 million. Now the money is going to, like, children who are young, persons who were young, like 6 and under, when this. Noah, where'd you find that picture? So the money's going to these young kids, and they aren't even of age yet. So it's going to be interesting how this all gets shelled out. Obviously, the attorneys will get their money, which they should. They absolutely should. But it'll be interesting to see how this money is doled out, if at all, and how. And I have no idea. Over 50,000 people have already signed the whatever.
Consent decree.
Yeah, I don't know what they did sign, but in order to try and receive some funds for the harm caused during this crisis. Guess what year this started?
In the 50s?
It did, in the 50s, 2014.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing? Almost 10 years.
Speaking of water, Los Angeles and Southern California continue to be hammered by the atmospheric river. It's raining like crazy, and it has been in Southern California. But it's not dissuading the teachers in Los Angeles from walking the picket line.
Yes.
I don't blame them.
Well, I don't either. I mean, they haven't even been able to discuss a raise.
Guess what the average salary for a teacher in the Los Angeles School District is? The second largest school district in the country.
All right, I'm gonna guess, but I'm not good at this. 41,000.
32,000.
Okay, that's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous when the cost of a single one-bedroom crappy apartment is $35,000 a year in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah, and also, it's not just teachers; it's food service workers, bus drivers, and other staff at schools
And when you
as well.
include all those people, the average across the district, $25,000 a year.
So kids aren't in school.
The superintendent of the LA school district makes $440,000 a year. Little
Wow.
disparity there.
Yeah, probably. He's probably able to afford a little bit of a nicer two-bedroom apartment in LA. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see an end to that this week. That's for sure.
No, they've offered some increases, but nowhere near what would make a livable wage for those teachers. I couldn't believe it when I heard
Yeah, it's amazing.
what they're paying them.
Wow.
I got a police blotter. Jackson Police Department officers responded to the 800 block of Wildwood for personal welfare check. A subject drove away without their headlights on and drove into a tree.
I hate when
The
that
subject was arrested for drunk driving.
You know what I almost did the other day? And it would have been absolutely awful. I almost drove away from the Kelly Express Mobile on Horton Road with the gas pumps.
No.
Almost. So, yes. I had a lot going on. So I'm pumping gas, and I leave it in there when I go in the store. I know you're not supposed to do that, but I do that. And the gas was not finished being pumped, so I put something in the car, and then I get in the car, start it, go forward a little bit, and then I'm looking for my phone and stuff, catch that the gas is still going in the mirror, and I just really hope Rich Tallman didn't see it.
Rich Tallman watches the
Well, I was gonna
videos.
tell him like, hey, look, I almost caused some damage, but I didn't. But I did, Brandon. It was close. I mean, I drove with that pump in for a little bit. So that's one of my worst fears because I wouldn't know what to do. Do I drive back or do I just leave town forever? You drive back and hand in the hose to the associate working and say, hey, look, I damaged this. So I know it's happened before.
I'm really surprised. Were you alone in the car?
No, my daughter was with me, and she didn't even know any of it happened, which was great.
Spring break is next week, and unfortunately, those that are going to be left in Michigan will be dealing with more winter weather.
Oh, that's nice.
The long-range forecast, it won't warm up until mid-April. Wow.
Wow, that's great news. Wonderful. I know a lot of people that are traveling have been looking at the weather, and it's maybe not going to be as nice down south in some of the locations, but hey, it is what it is.
I know some people that are going up north for spring break.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh, there's an interesting one. Now, will they be skiing?
Skiing, yeah. They're going, Justin, going to
Very
Nub's
nice.
Nod.
Oh, very
Knob,
nice.
Knob.
Very nice.
There's a lot of snow up north, and they're going to be getting even more snow this week.
There's a sport that kind of started to come out when I was a senior in high school, and you may have seen highlights of it on YouTube, but it's coming back, It's called
Pickleball?
Slam Ball.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember this?
I do.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite things in the history of the world because it's the most violent trampoline basketball football game you've ever seen in your life. So yeah, it's coming back. I'm excited. Blake Griffin's one of the investors. So they did this. I think these are from. This has got to be like 2002 or something, Noah. But so they did a couple seasons, and it's coming back. But I love it. And you can violently run into your opponent.
It just doesn't seem like there is.
Look at this. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of mid-air collisions.
Well, with the trampoline, it seems hardly fair.
Well, it's part of the thing. It's part of the thing. It looks fun.
Last night, the city council moved forward to help make more affordable housing options available and for homeless residents. At the meeting last night, the council approved a package of proposals providing more housing and homeless. They are going to use $3.3 million in ARPA money for new home construction. They plan to spend $3.3 million, build 100 new homes on vacant city lots. And they're going to buy the old, what school is that?
T.A. Wilson. Yeah. So is the small housing, is that out? The little shed things?
Well, if you do the math, 100 new homes with $3.3 million, it's $33,000 a house. The city cannot build a house for $33,000.
Well, maybe there's those kits.
The kits,
Yeah, possibly.
the tiny homes.
Yeah, well, I know some people had a lot of, people. There's really not a great solution, obviously, or else it would be done already. But I know a lot of people were concerned about, these small homes and where they'll be located and how everything will be hooked up. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, we definitely, we know that we have a lot of homeless here in town. So we definitely know we need more shelter. So things are happening.
They're also going to be, with the T.A. Wilson building, they're going to spend $150,000 to turn that into a homeless shelter and temporary housing. So
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
it's going to take more than $150,000 to turn that into anything.
Maybe not. There's been some kind of non-traditional things that have happened in that school, whether it was a daycare. I think the YMCA used it a little bit. So there might be some facility upgrades that we just don't know about yet, but probably doubt it.
No.
We'll see. Brandon, did you go to T.A. Wilson?
I did not.
Okay.
So the city also sold 10 vacant city houses to people, individuals,
Great.
developers.
Love it. Yesterday, you and I had a chance to walk down and officially greet some new neighbors. Commonwealth Associates opened their new building, and what a wonderful, wonderful asset Commonwealth headquarters is to downtown Jackson.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful building to begin with. It was the Comerica building, and they packed up and moved. And the building that they've done inside is gorgeous. This is the
Cool.
employee break room, and it's unbelievable. It's huge, and they've got booths, they've got tables, they've got this full kitchen. They've got conference room in the basement that's using the old safe deposit room.
That's cool.
Yeah, and I opened up one of the drawers and it was empty.
Really?
Yeah.
You think they probably did that already?
Yeah, I asked Derek Bronner, who used to work at this building when it was Comerica, where all this jewels and jewelry and
You ever have
Gold
a safety
bullion.
deposit box?
he didn't know.
I want a safety deposit box, Brandon. You want to get in on one with me? Because you need 2 keys, right?
Yeah. There's Rich Collins cutting the ribbon.
Rich gave a wonderful, wonderful talk. Great job. It was wonderful to hear him speak yesterday.
Yeah, Rich is a proud graduate of Jackson High School, and there he is with his family. So congratulations to Commonwealth Associates. 120 jobs right now, 60 more. So, and they're all excited about being across the street from
Yeah.
the park and Food Truck Tuesday.
Yeah, it should be cool.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of good things happening. Hey, Zoe Baum was awarded our JTV Girls Basketball Player of the Year, thanks to Jeff Steers and our sports department and the over 6,000 people who helped vote. Zoe, very well deserving of this year's Player of the Year, and I know Jeff and the team worked very hard on this. So
Yeah.
great job. I'm anxious to see who the Boys Player of the Year is. I have no idea who it will be.
Zoe could be the best basketball player, boys or girls,
that's-
out of Columbia
Well,
ever.
record-wise, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, and you know, it could be for sure. I don't have all the history in front of me, but yeah, she's got one hell of a story, and I got to see her play against Arbor Prep, right, Noah, in that last game. She is very, 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 very good. She recently, she's still open for college. She's not sure where she's going yet.
She decommitted.
Yeah,
she
from
had already-
Concordia.
yeah.
Yeah.
So spring sports has started.
Oh my gosh, it is. And I saw this on my desk this morning and I almost threw up because track and field, and I remember this, and I did not like this time of year for
No.
track and field. The parents can't stand it.
No.
But you'll be out there, Michigan Center at Onstead, 4 p.m. Girls soccer, Gabriel Richard at Lumen Christie, and that's 5 o'clock. Whew, spring sports underway.
Cold and rainy for track and soccer today. And parents, the reason they have problems with cold weather in track and field, their kid is usually in the first event and the last event, and they have to sit through the whole thing.
What did you guys do? Go to the car or go? Did you sit through the whole thing?
Oh yeah,
Ugh,
yeah, we
awful.
supported all the kids.
yeah, well, I'm sure you did.
Who's on the show today?
Got a great show coming up. We're going to get things started with Antonio Parker from the MLK Center right after this short break.